As we head into Christmas 2008, the world is in financial and environmental turmoil. Retailers are closely monitoring their pre-Christmas sales in the hope that we really haven't moved into a recession. Locally, headlines trumpet youth out of control, caught up in binge drinking and street violence. Internationally, wars continue in Afghanistan and Iraq, the Congo and Sudan. The world somehow feels fragile and we feel anxious. Does Christmas hold any answers? Most of us know that Christmas is about a baby, some wise men in a stable. But all that cheerful pipe music, Christmas advertisements and shopping brochures that bombard our letterboxes, don't they tend to drown out the original message of the baby Jesus? Jesus' birth in that stable heralded a new relationship between God and people. No longer was he removed and distant. By sending Jesus to live amongst us, God was making clear his great interest in our welfare. This miraculous story is the heart of the Christian faith. It's a message of love beyond human understanding, and a hope that is eternal. During the last 18 months, I've hosted regular public conversations at Federation Square's BMW Edge, exploring the wider question of what kind of society do we want to be. One of my conversationalists, social researcher Hugh McKay, is optimistic about the future because he believes this generation of young Australians is intensely connected. Hugh says they're not going to be alienated from each other and are working at ways of managing that. Another conversationalist, Tony Nicholson, Executive Director of the Brotherhood of St. Lawrence, is very aware of the isolation and alienation that many people feel. He told the conversation titled, "What does love your neighbour really mean?" that one of the innovations the Brotherhood has introduced is social networking amongst elderly people. These concerns of connection reflect the kind of world we're becoming, a world driven by transactions rather than relationships. The Christmas message reminds us that we were made for relationships. God became human to live among us, to call us to live in this world and the next with God. We live in a very different place to the village of Bethlehem where Jesus was born. But the message of Jesus is no less relevant than it was all those years ago. We are still a people who need refreshing and renewing. We are still a people who live for each other, in community, not alone. Let's not let the headlines steal our hope. Our hope is fixed on an eternal God who has a plan for each of our lives, and that hope is founded in the Christmas story. I wish you a joyous Christmas, filled anew with the hope that's found in Christ Jesus.